Oh my gosh. Hey guys. Testing. Where y'all at? What's good, unapologetic gang? We are live. We are live. So before as I wait for you guys to kind of join in on the live stream, hello. I just got me something really good to eat and I made a smoothie, but it's like I'm on a balcony and it's like it looks a lot more light than it is. And I don't know what just happened to the light. It just like went out. So we may have to end up moving. I mean, I was upstairs on the patio and then I thought, oh, what a great place. I can just do my live stream for you guys. Hello. But that didn't happen. So I'm going to head downstairs where we can get some light. But the thing is, there's a bunch of like Australian guys talking. So I wasn't really trying to listen in on their conversation because some of the stuff they just say, it's just like, oh, can you just get more white supremacist? Okay. So we're going to go down. We're going to have this chat. I mean, it's a little bit more light here, but let's just see. Let's just go. So who's in? Who's watching? Who's tuning in? Just drop me a line. Where are you coming from? So today's topic, as you can guess, is almost a continuation of yesterday's live stream. I know you guys seem to like that so much, so I wanted to drop this. And for you, I'm just going to sit in the kitchen because this is where I can get my peace. So yesterday we were kind of talking about one, hard conversations, and two, I mean, how awesome is it what happened yesterday? I mean, I'm talking super short stock, so that's always nice. But the importance of staying busy. So I met with a friend, another artist here in Oaxaca, and I was just sharing with him why it is so important to stay busy. Like a lot of the towns that we travel through or people I've gone to help. And this is everywhere, okay? It's not just like I've been in Mexico. You guys, I speak 7 languages, okay? Like this is everywhere from even the small towns in Vietnam to small towns here in Chikawa. And I know I made a video about Chikawa, and actually I made three amazing videos, just talking one about world education, and then 2, just like some of the other good stuff that, let's see. Let me just pause and show you this. This is my favorite. Now, we know in order to build muscle, this is like my aside, you have to have fats, carbs, and protein. So I have my carbs and my fat in here. I'm just so happy because like you need avocado, right? So anyways, if I'm sipping on that, don't be like, what is that puke? No, it's my favorite. And since I've been in Thailand, I was just like all about this. So it's avocado, banana, and mango. So let's talk, guys. Okay, here we go. She's about to throw it down. Are you guys ready? So the importance of staying busy, like I do believe, and let me just preface it by saying this, and not that anything has to be prefaced. Oh my Kubri focus. Not that anything necessarily has to be prefaced, but I do want to share this. I feel that, my taking time off and doing absolutely nothing is so crucial, right? And when I work in sexuality and when I really heed to the advice and the understanding of masculine energy needs nothingness. It needs void. It needs sex. It needs sports. It needs food. It needs zoning out. It needs meditation. So dabbling in the masculine energy, this is not necessarily about that, right? I'm really focused more upon balance. So let's talk about why it's so interesting to stay or important to stay busy. People who are not busy, bored people, do bad things. And I don't want to just say, oh, and that's bad. I don't like to tell you guys what to think. But if I'm looking here at scripture, if I'm looking at things, gossiping, bored people gossip. Bored people have nothing else to do. They pick up low, just ugly energy, right? Gossip magazines, people magazines on the way of checkout. Did you see what she had on? Without a book to read, without any sort of self-improvement, anything, like you have nothing else going on. This causes more for other people. Now, why am I talking about this unapologetic gang? Because we are not sheep, okay? So in order to understand that, I want to really understand that there is going to be some sort of friction or discord between you and sheeple. This is just genuine. This is just natural. The discord between you and the sheeple is going to be when you go out with some friends. For example, when I was in law school, all people would want to go out, and there was one girl, she was in law school, we call it L at the end of your first, whatever year you're in. So I was in my first year, 1L, and I had all these 3L friends, and I thought it was so cool because everybody else was just like inbred, talking to only other people in the first year of law school. And so it was important for me to kind of integrate all of this, the things that I wanted to learn with other people. And it just shocked me that these 3Ls were caught up in one girl's triangles. Like, she had a short skirt on, and all they were talking about was how you could see her triangle. And I'm like, are you that bored? Like, you can't be that dang bored to just, you're worried about what somebody else in their first year, I mean, you don't have anything else to do. Surely we have we're like full-time students. We have cases to read. You have exoneration projects. You have your dissertation. You have your thesis to write. You don't have anything else to do. So in that regard, it's really important. Now, when it comes to family, it's so important to just kind of be as interesting as a gray rock. When family is bored, now that's worse, right? It becomes inbred. It's not just you sharing one thing. It goes on to other people and other people and other people and other people. And things you tell someone in confidence, things you tell them in secret. They just want to tell other people and other people and other, and it's just, you can't be that bored. So guys, genuinely, if you are bored, please, go online, try to look up some sort of class, look up anything on YouTube. I mean, I keep talking about this in every video. You can find a place to volunteer. There's all kinds of nonprofit organizations that you can go to. That will be just as interesting. Really, you can channel your energy of where you're, oh yeah, did you see what she did? Now, this came from, one, a family conversation, and two, when I was talking with my friend, my other artist friend at dinner today, we were just kind of like, it was so important for us to, like, for me to share this. The town Chikawa is just like that. People just kind of rest, they relax, they don't really do anything. They just kind of hang out on hammocks. And one day, one man kicked a dog. And I looked at him and I gave him this look like, is wrong with you, bro? Like, bro, you better. And then I got up and I walked away. And the girl, one of the women who was a mother of a friend that I made, she was like, and she's leaving for nothing. I'm like, I'm right here, girl. You're just so bored. All you have time to do is sit and look. Now, I know I glamorize small towns a lot. Like, I'm always like, yeah, I really love small towns. But it's true. It's nice when people know your pains. It's nice when people know, like, some of the struggles that you've been through, and they're close enough. It's like a family. But when it becomes something on such a large scale, I want to remind you guys, you may even feel this discord. Maybe there was, for a time, you just kind of entertained those conversations with people. I notice this a lot with a bunch of other people who just quarantine hit, and then they were just bored. They had nothing to do except talk about other people. I would meet people, and before I even knew their name, they were just off telling me everything about this person. By the time I shook their hand, I knew, what fight they had, what their boyfriend's like, what they said to other people, some of their darkest secrets. This is not how you want to maintain relationships or friendships, guys. I recognize sometimes we slip. I recognize sometimes things can be at odds. I recognize these things. But let's just be real. You're bored. So as just, just a word of advice of just because I love you all so much, because I care, because we are building the world we want to create. We are the world we are creating. We are the edge. Get yourself some new friends. If your family members are just gossipy and that's all they talk about, just distance yourself from them. I know it seems really hard. I know it seems like if I lose this relationship with my family, then what will I do? But is it really worth being feeling miserable just for the sake of keeping that relationship? I mean, this is where we need to have all types of balance. It's so important to channel yourself, channel whatever energy you to space. Excuse me, I'm just like, It's so important to channel the energy that you would be spending on talking about other people, building stuff for yourself. I mean, I've given you guys all types of amazing things to look at. Now, when I started doing different, when I was looking into fulfillment by Amazon, FBA, I even made videos about that. My first shipment, I think that's what it's called. And it was sometime around 2016. So you're going to have to scroll all the way down through a lot of videos. But I mean, there is so much you can look at. Earn Your Leisure, the Come Up series. You can really research a bunch of other things. You want to get into stock. You want to learn how to make pottery. You want to, work on your own recipes. You want to do a hairstyle. You want to open a salon. You want to get started on real estate. I mean, at this time, if you are bored, I don't know what to say. I feel like you may need some guidance on. Yesterday, I spoke with an amazing woman from Arizona, and she just felt like her time was up. And this is where people start getting bored. I'm going to remind you guys, Colonel Sanders was 80-something years old, billionaire. He's dead, but he was a founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. You are not too old. Your time has not passed. This is the perfect time. Your time has not passed. 85 years old, and everybody in the world, when I was in Thailand, when I was in Vietnam, everybody eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. Everybody eat KFC. Okay, so your time is not up no matter what you do, even how small. You're like, I only make sandwiches. Well, guess what? Jimmy John's makes sandwiches. I came from that town, Charleston, Illinois. And Jimmy John's is huge. It's just known for just some of the most, the best sandwiches all day, recently super fast, and they have a brand. So you are your own brand. There's no reason to stay bored. It's really important to just keep on with the things that you're building, keep quiet, and keep away from bored people. Bored people have nothing else to do but get up in your business. They're bored. What do you expect them to do? They don't have a life of their own. So when you're building and getting a life of your own, I shared this with this man. I was in La Paz, and we sat down for dinner, and there was something really odd about this guy. And I was just asking for some vegan sampler because I was hungry, and I had just finished my prayers. So I'm like, look, I can eat. Well, I'll split it with you. I was in the middle of work. I wasn't really trying to meet anybody. So I was like, I'm not going to move my work over. So I'll join you just to eat this. And I just told him there's an energy about you. He was bored. You guys, when I say somebody is this bored, he had been traveling the world and all over Mexico, and he was just bored. He was like, I'm a retired fireman, and not a lot to do. I don't have a lot of vices. I don't have a lot of demons, but I'm just bored. He looked like something was eating him. It was like an entity on him. And it was, when I was just engaging with him, it felt like something was sucking something out of me. I had to go and just pray, God, just clear it off. I just didn't want anything to do with that kind of energy. And he just said, look, I just feel like I'm waiting to hear what my purpose is. Now, I was bored, not necessarily bored, but searching. Now, Intention is everything. I've told you all this. When you fast, you have an intention. When you pray, you have an intention. When you set out on something, you have an intention. So if your intention is to know what your next step is, at least you're not bored. I was all over Mexico and I published my first book about this, Something to Show for It, Freedom, Faith, and Enlightenment, with a one-way ticket to Mexico and $200. And yes, for 10 months and $200, I was like, look, God, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I want to just make art. Help me. And by the end of the trip, I knew when it was time for me to come back, because it was like God gave me a piece of the puzzle and I had to go back. But I set an intention. So I shared with this man, like, he seemed very masculine. My understanding of sexuality and David data, I shared with him, listen, you want to read this book called The Way of the Superior Man. This is going to help you understand what it is that you need to do in life. It's going to help you kind of make a path, because there's 3 stages of man: first, second, and third. Third is the superior man. He has a vision. He has something that he knows he's doing. He wakes up every day with purpose. People who don't wake up with purpose are bored. They may set out to ruin your life. They may set out, and you'd be shocked at the people who are wanting to do this. You're going to be like, well, why would they even do that, Renegade? Like, they have a family, they have a business, but guess what? They're still bored. Okay, like it may look like they're busy, but if they have time to be getting in your business, there's a part of them that's bored. Just stay away from people like that. We have way too much way too much passion. We have way too much light about us. We have way too much direction and ideas and groups and knowledge within us that we will not really mix well with those people. So when you experience, I hope you guys can hear me okay. When you experience discord, when you experience problems in relationships, it may not always just be that they're bored or they're toxic. I mean, truly, sometimes people it's normal. People don't always accelerate or like take the same steps together. You may be like 4 steps ahead and somebody in your family is 2 steps behind, or they're taking their steps slowly. And you will all meet in different directions, but it's a line. Everybody has a line. It's not a level, right? Even though you glow up, you might glow up, you just glow. You can't help it, it's that Jesus glow. I don't know, but or it's that I got purpose glow. So for people that don't, right, they're bored. Just stay far away from them. I'm not saying every single person that does this is jealous or whatever, but just know clashes are going to happen. Not everything goes in sync. We're spinning on a rock floating in the middle of outer space. Okay, asteroids collide. There's going to be all kinds of rockets and what do you call those, craters and stuff like that. And we're just floating. Some things have their particular place. Earth always floats in this particular place, and the solar system, right? But there's going to be all kinds of other stuff, shooting stars, it's a glorious mess. But you're not bored. So stay away from people like that. And how do you handle them? We'll get into the other video. I really want to share with you guys on the next video kind of like the types of people you need to keep in your life, and we'll go over that. I'll maybe advertise that a little bit, maybe not. I'll just pop on and say, bam, what's up? I don't know. But yeah, it's really important that you guys, bored people are not your mix. So when you're busy, just be polite, say hello, and then keep it moving. Just keep it moving. You have 24 hours in a day, and if 15 minutes is spent like with these leeches sucking out your energy, it's going to take you at least another hour to recover. Just like that man. Although he was a good person, I don't feel like he meant any harm. He was bored. And if you're not paying me for a coaching session, I can give you just a nugget of a book and goodbye, I gotta go. I got other things I have to do. I can't be like pouring into you. So, and not in a mean way, but I do coaching. I'm not just gonna be giving away everything that God has given me, or God said, okay, go through all of these situations. Now I want you to do something. I am not really able to do that. You're not in a nonprofit or something where I want to go and volunteer my time. So I'm here, I'm working, and I'm like, eating my dinner. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, everybody's got conferences and what do you call it? Stuff tomorrow going on tomorrow. So there's all kinds of amazing walks going on around town, exercise classes, things like that. What I also want to share this with you guys. I don't want you to just be career focused or love focused or body focused. I want you to have everything. Think when you're considering everything that you're building, when you're considering your life in general, I want you to look at several areas. What about your housing? Are you happy with where you live? Are you happy with the people that you're living with? Are you happy in the zone? Are you happy with everything that's in your house? Do you feel like you need an upgrade? Are you happy with your body? Is something going on and you have this ache or at the back of your head, you know that like the doctor told you something and you haven't gotten checked out? Just get it checked out. It's going to be okay. How is your body? Are you just constantly pouring in? And I was talking with somebody earlier, right? She's like, oh, now I know what it's like to actually have a few minutes to myself. Pour into like your leisure, just a little bit, right? Get a massage. Hire somebody who's going to help you with your body. Hire a personal trainer. There's places you can go and you can get a fitness class for $5. You can take a boxing class somewhere. How is your business? You can always, like, if you need help with your website, there's people that can help you with that. But really review all aspects of your life. How is your spiritual life? Have you been paying for any sort of like ascension? Are you paying for books? Are you paying for a membership to something, an exclusive club? Or these are the types of things that your associations. Are you happy with your associations? Consider all of these areas of your life, because as you're growing, yes, it may feel kind of lonely. I mean, generally speaking, if you're going to be, those of you who will be watching and sharing and with your other people, generally speaking, you are kind of, it's going to be a lonely road, especially if the people around you are bored. Bored people don't have much to do except for get in other people's business. So it's going to feel lonely. It's going to feel like, well, where's those friends who used to call me? I mean, you're different. You're set apart. There is a light about you. There is something that is so different that every problem that you've been through, it stemmed from this. Your pain is your passion, that is your purpose. So I'm so excited. I'm heating. You feel me? I'm like, you're not bored. You have stuff to do. I mean, it's Friday night. There's a lot of bars open right now. I'm not really there right now. I have so much to do, and I'm actually getting ready to go to bed and just play my YouTube movie. I said movie, but it's like it's books, and so it's like you could just play it and go to sleep or listen to a few chapters or something. So there's stuff to do. I'm not saying don't go out and interact with people. There's a time for that. I just read to you guys that scripture. I think it was from Ephesians. Let me just double check. I'm sorry, Ecclesiastes, verse 3, chapter 3, verse 7. So a time to be quiet, a time to just kind of control your tongue, a time to go out and party. This is one of those times. Right now, I mean, if you guys are in how is the fast going? Got like 2 days left. So, I mean, not eating all day and then finally getting a little some to some nutrition and stuff like that. We're busy. If you're not talking to God or praying all day, if you're not like building things, if you're not kind of like learning a new language, if you're not listening to AI, if you're not trying to get your business registered, if you're not trying to help improve yourself, I don't know what you're doing, but you better not be spending all your time on Instagram or Facebook looking at everybody else's life, unless it's a Facebook group that's going to help you grow. Because when the time comes, guys, the bored people, God is going to bless you in front of those bored people. They're just going to sit and watch. And you got to be ready. It's not just like a blessing and then something just falls out of the sky. You need to be ready. Okay. You need to be ready for when this happens. And like I shared, just keep quiet. When the board people start wanting to get in your business, just, I'm good, and leave it at that. People are bored. So that should be it. Just maintain make sure you're maintaining your privacy, and yeah, you can sleep in tomorrow. It's Saturday, unless you're going to like one of the many online conferences, unless you have like a Saturday morning boot camp for CrossFit. A lot of places have them for free. And if you're in a space where everybody's like extremely socially distanced or you can't leave your house, there's even people that are doing it online every Saturday for free. So you can do group online workouts and stuff like that. There's all kinds of self-help books you can read. I recommend David Data. I really love him a lot. I know I talked about The Way of the Superior Man, but he wrote this book, which I like have to keep going back to over and over and over again, called Dear Lover. He wrote this for women. And it's very important, like staying in your femininity. And because a lot of times people can lose that balance, especially being right now, everybody's in a very transactional state of mind. I pay for this, thank you, I have to go. And a lot of your creativity and stuff like that is being blended or blindsided. So yeah, there's a lot of amazing books. Trading, let me just pull up mine really quick. And I'm gonna give you, in case you are bored, some of my favorite or my recent audiobooks on YouTube. Again, these are on YouTube. You can go online and just type this in and, find something amazing to watch. Let's see. Audiobooks. Here we go. All right. So, The Art of Communicating. Oh, that was such a good one. Falling Forward by John C. Maxwell. The Power When You Discover Your Chronotype by Michael Bruce. The Richest Man in Babylon. Proven Biblical Money Principles. Actually, that was Dave Ramsey. It was just, I don't know how that got in there. The Science of Getting Rich. Deepak Chopra. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. The Psychology of Self-Esteem. Oh, this one was great. How to Use the Science of the Mind by Ernest Holmes. And Trading for a Living. These are some of the books, audiobooks that I have on my docket right now. So with that said, guys, I am busy. I'm very bored. I love you. I'm so happy you guys are part of the gang, and we're just different. There's something so beautiful about having an amazing community of people. And on most of the other videos, I've given you like ways that you can contact me. Again, I'm unapologetically Miranda Kate on all platforms. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. I'm not really. I don't really use it that much. But I'm hearing from you guys in Asia. Thank you, Thailand, Swadika, Kapun Maka, Kapun Maka. And then also in Vietnam. Cameron, thank you guys so much. I'm getting your messages and I haven't forgotten about you. A lot of you are like still old students. And so these are really good ways that you can communicate with me. Also, yeah, so after this, I will drop that information down and keep continuing to share. I mean, the point of this is to provide positive things to look at. We need to really master parts of life. We are divine masculine. We are divine feminine people, right? And so we're souls that are just here to do amazing works. We're earth angels. So we don't have nothing. We have so much to do. And just maintain a relationship with God. We got 2 days left. And then we can like eat all day. You feel me? I'm like really excited to have like a cold beer. Oh, just like with some French fries. I'm excited. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye. Let me see. What do you see by your bed?